'cause I'm TNT. I'm dynamite. TNT. And I'll win the fight. TNT. I'm a power load. TNT.
It's TNT with Trey and Tony.
Folks, you are in for a treat here as we are on the phone with a Grammy-nominated group, 7 national #1 songs. They've played on and appeared on the Grand Ole Opry many of times. They've won IBMA awards. I mean, that's just a few of their accomplishments in the music industry. And we have Buddy, one of the members of BALSAM Range, on the phone with us. You guys are currently working on your 5th record, which has to be pretty exciting for you guys, huh?
Oh, it's been a great process. We always like doing those, but this has been an exceptionally fun one, and just great songs. We're very excited about getting it out.
What can we expect on this new album?
On the new album, well, it's just it's another step for BALSAM Range, and we're very picky about songs, and we try to get a good variety of songs. We always try to put together a fun, great project, not necessarily just centered around one song. So I feel like we capture that on this. It's got a great variety of songs, so it's got a lot of variety on it, from stylistic varieties to the sounds and harmonies, and so it's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, and a lot goes into writing songs, doing an album, and I think a lot of us don't realize that music is a full-time job. What does it take to do a record?
Well, it takes getting the whole guys together and spending a lot of time together and being open and honest about things, and try to, work on collecting the process we go through, collecting the songs, listening to songs, and then, there'll be some that just stand out for this particular project, and then we'll start demoing them or working them up and arranging them ourselves. And we try to do more than we need, and try to have a lot of songs kind of that we've worked up as a band and feel good about, and then you just kind of go through those and start picking and seeing what seems to work together as a project. So it's a fun process, and you have to go into it with an open mind, and just try everything you can and be creative and try to make the best out of the song, and then see what you've got after that. So we'll end up with 20 or so songs to choose from. Hopefully, that's our goal anyway.
Wow. Did you ever think that BALSAM Range would be where they are today? I mean, I'm looking at some of the many accomplishments that BALSAM Range has done, from 7 national #1 songs, your Paper Town album, #2 in the CMT Edge 10 Favorite American Albums of 2012. You've won multiple IBMA awards. Did you ever think that BALSAM Range would be where they're at today?
No, I really didn't. We just started playing for the fun of it. Here, we all live in the same county, Haywood County, North Carolina, and so we just got together for fun of it. I did a solo thing, and Darren did a solo thing, and some of these guys played on that. But it was all for the fun of it. And we found ourselves all in a place where we weren't playing with other groups, and the timing just felt right. So we started playing, but we set out just to play good music right here at home and have fun with it. And it just kind of took off from that, and it totally changed, and we're grateful for it, and totally enjoying the ride and the experiences it's brought for us. But I didn't have any ideas. We didn't set out to try to, and which sometimes to me is the best, when it's the best, when stuff just happens, and it kind of naturally it's can be a lot of fun. So
yeah, and I think something that is very unique about BALSAM Range is that you guys all have a major history and background in the industry already.
Yeah, like I say, we from the time when we came together, all the guys had been playing with other groups and traveling all over with other groups, and just ironically found ourselves where every guy was available. Tim had been traveling with in the gospel world for years with the Kingsmen, another group, and Mark had played with Ricky Skaggs, and he and I were doing some stuff together when this came together, just locally for the fun of it. Darren had been with Alicia Nugent and came off the road with her, and Caleb had a group that he had started and was doing great, but for 4 or 5 years, and they just were kind of taking a break from that. So, like I say, none of us had tried to put something together. It wasn't like one guy had a vision and just tried to make something happen with it. It's, hey, we're all here. Let's get together and pick for the fun of it, and there we are. So.
I have to say in this interview, what's impressed me the most with you, buddy, I can tell you're a good person, and in all this conversation you've had, you said we instead of I.
Well, I'm a big believer in a team effort. You know, there are no I's in the word team.
Amen, brother.
And it's a team effort. Collectively, you can do so much more together. And if you go about anything in that format, you know, I got a saying I try to remind myself of routinely. It's, you know, if you surround yourself with great people, you get to do great things. And,
that's right.
And that's kind of been my experience, and my experience with this group. You know, it's everybody brings something different to the table. And individually, you know, a lot of bands individually may not be the greatest individually, but collectively they're really strong. And there's a lot to be said for that if you focus on everybody's strengths and work at it as a team. And you know what a lot of people don't get about music in general is that music's just a portion of it, and it's a very, very important part of it. But to act there routinely week after week and keep a band together, there's a lot more to it than just the music. There's the business side of it and all the other aspects that you have to think about, getting there, getting the shows and getting back home and making it fun and easy for everybody. There's a lot that goes into that prior to leaving to make it happen, and you can't do it all on your own. It's just impossible. So it takes a team effort, and I appreciate you recognizing that because I feel strongly about it.
I got to tell you this on Trey. He's a young buck. He's not real familiar, I guess, with the mountain areas of North Carolina like I am. And he pulls up your number and he looks. He says, "Listen, man, look at this area code. It's just Sliva, North Carolina." I said, "What?" And I said, "Man, that's Sylvia, North Carolina." He said, "Sliva, North Carolina." I said, "Oh boy, this is bad."
Good.
Buddy, I sure do appreciate you talking to us, brother. I'm going to give you back to Trey.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man. We didn't mean to keep you this long, but
no, I appreciate you considering us worthy to talk to, and appreciate all y'all do to help support the music we do and bluegrass as a whole. And I think it's still growing. There's a lot of, you know, it's really fun to see some great young talent coming on that are just phenomenal musicians and singers, and you know the music as a whole is in good hands, and I think it's growing, and I think that's what's necessary, and radio shows and internet-based things are helping it to grow, and I really appreciate y'all's supporting that as well.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, thank you. And me and Tony are big fans, and we look forward to seeing what's next for Balsam Range.
Yeah, me too. It'll be the new record will be coming out late spring, early summer. We've finished all the recording. We got mixes coming out. We've been listening to mixes this week to try to make sure we got all we need on it. But I feel really good about it. I'm excited about it. I think it's another step forward for Balsam Range and the growth process, and I'm just extremely excited about folks hearing it. So.
Well, we appreciate it, buddy, and we'll talk to you soon, all right?
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.
See you. Bye.
That was Buddy there from Balsam Range. We really do appreciate him taking the time to talk with us. You can catch him on balsamrange.com for all their upcoming events and tours that they will be going on, as well as their new album, which is coming out. So make sure you check that out.
It's TNT with Trey and Tony.